Hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul. Today it's just a day trip to Gingin, which is about 45 minutes from my front door, or maybe an hour from the city centre. Got a lot to show you today, but for now, let's roll the intro. This water wheel is a replica of the original that was built on Cheriton Farm a couple of k's out of town, 1855, and it used to run the flour mill there. Now, the axle here is the original axle from 1855, but the wooden part of the wheel was rebuilt in 2012. We turn around here, beautiful little weir and a bridge across the river, and the old bridge up there, beautiful little bridge, is actually the main road through town, and we'll make the code word wheel. This amphitheatre, or sound shell they call it, is the Anzac Memorial for the area. It was unveiled in 2011, but another tribute to our soldiers. These are guys that lost their lives in World War I and II from this area. I mentioned Cheriton Station at the water wheel. Now that was the original farmstead in the area. It was originally called Gingin Station, but had its name changed later on. It was a couple of k's out of town, but this is a replica of the front door. There's the water wheel and the amphitheatre and the arch over there. Straight across the road is the Gingin Pioneer Pavilion. Now this will give you heaps of information on the local area, but also there's the Jim Gordon Victoria Cross Trail, and the Victoria Cross is one of the highest honours you can receive in the Australian Army. There's also some barbecues right next door, and we'll go and do the walk. It's described as a fairyland. Make the code word pioneers. Now, this gorgeous old building, this is St Luke's Church, built in 1860 out of the local Casuarina stone. Just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And if we look out the back, there's the old pioneer graveyard just there, and well, that's the water wheel there and the amphitheatre, so everything's really close. Just beautiful. And now we're at the Gingin Tourist Information Centre, the Visitor Centre. Normally they're only open Monday to Friday, but they're opening up for us today, this morning, or for me. Janet's busy. Mark was supposed to come with me, but he texted me this morning saying he couldn't be bothered getting out of bed, so it's just me today. But yeah, we're just about to go in and have a look. They're going to give me a bit of information, and we'll make the code word, same as usual, info. This is the old post office. Absolutely beautiful, built in 1866. And I don't know if I've told you before, guys, but in the old days, his whole family, the postmaster's whole family, would have lived here. This would have been a very central, important part of town. And in the later years, he would have run the telephone exchange as well. But in the 1970s, I think, that was separated. The Postmaster General got separated into Australia Post and Telecom. But in the early years, this would have been a very, very important part of town. And we'll make the code word, post office. Now, behind me here is Philby's Cottage. This was built in 1903, beautiful old building. It's just been sold, I'm told, so hopefully it'll get a bit of restoration, but even if it doesn't, it is just a gorgeous old building. Now, Gingin was a very important outpost for the Swan River settlement, so there's so many old buildings here. I could be walking around all day, but if you go to the visitor centre, they'll give you a map just on the old buildings itself, so it's you could walk around for a few hours. Now guys, I'd heard of horse therapy for autistic kids before, so when I was invited out to meet Chris at the Autism Horses Australia, I was really excited, but I'll let Chris tell you a bit about it.
Hi, I'm Christelle from Autism Horses Australia. We provide independent functioning and capacity building programs for the neurodiverse community. We work with children and adults, and we're very pleased to serve the community.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Now, this is a non-profit organisation, but I will put a link down below. I'll make sure it's actually the first link in the description. So if you wanted to donate to Chris, I think that'd be very, very welcome. But for now, I'm going to go and have a look around the farm. Well guys, Chris really was one of the most impressive people I've ever met. What an amazing woman. She noticed she's got 2 autistic children herself, and she noticed how they got on so well with her horse, so she's developed a program. Now she's got a successful business. Just amazing, guys. Also, out at their property, they've got a 72-hour parking. It's only, again, for self-contained vans, the same as usual. And because it's right on the river, you will need a 4-wheel drive to get there. But guys, go out and stay with her, learn off her. Just an amazing, amazing person, and an amazing thing she's done. Caledonian mini golf. I'm told it's quite impressive, but we'll go in and have a look. Because I'm on my own and a bit rushed today, I'm not going to have a game, but we'll go in and show you around. And we'll make the code word golf. Wow, you wouldn't think it from here. It's amazing out the back. The lady spent 18 months putting the garden together, laid all the pavers and everything herself. Amazing. Even if you came up for Perth just for an 18-hole mini golf, this would be worth it, guys. Really incredible. And this isn't why I came here, but they're for sale if someone was looking for a business like this. Really is quite incredible. And now I'm going into the Gravity Discovery Centre and Observatory. This is part of the University of Western Australia, but it is open for tourists. I'm told it's really quite impressive, so I'm excited to get in there. But instead of me talking, let's go and have a look.
Come to the Gravity Centre.
Now, I'm about to go into the Cosmology Gallery. Unfortunately, there's because of copyright laws, I can't film in there, but I'm going to go in and have a look. And the things I do for you guys, behind me here is the gravity tower, and it's built on an angle, as you can see, and it was to prove Galileo's theory that everything falls at the same speed except for air resistance. So this was built on an angle like the Leaning Tower of Pisa that he did his experiments. But for you guys, I'm going to walk all the way to the top. So if you don't see me for a while, I'm in hospital because I had a heart attack halfway up. Now I'm at the first level, and for every 100 years I'm going to get old 1.7 microseconds faster than someone on the ground. How do they test these things? I don't know, but I'll give you more facts as we head up. So if you look how high I am here, in 100 years, the person on the ground would be 5.2 microseconds younger than me. Oh well, I made it. And all this panting has got nothing to do with me being unfit. It's to do with the extra 20 microseconds or something older I am in 100 years. It's definitely got nothing to do with how unfit I am. And I would have liked to have put the drone up here and done a 360, but we've got 2 Royal Air Force bases, one this way, one that way. So we're actually in a no-fly zone, which is unfortunate. Whoa, look at that. Yeehaw. Now that's a weird feeling. That's a very weird feeling. Wow, that's all I can say. Now I haven't shown you everything, it's up to you to come and see it. But wow. My legs are a bit sore because of the tower. You can see it in the background there. But I made it. I'm still alive. And we'll make the code word space. One of the industries that Gingin's most well known for is raw honey. We're at West Coast Honey now. I just pulled out 2 frames out of our hive yesterday, so I don't need any honey, but I'm definitely going to go in and taste some.
The ride up to Gingin is a really good ride. Very nice, a little bit chilly this morning, but it was worth it.
And now this is the See You at the Park cafe. Going to go in, have something to eat. Well, I did have an amazing lunch. Everyone told me to stop in there and they were right. I didn't get a chance to get any of my B-roll of the girls making coffee or anything because they're just so busy. As you can see, it's pretty packed. And another thing everyone's pretty proud of, here's the little local park. Barbecues there, you can see all the families there having a big barbecue. But yes, this is quite a fun looking park. And they got this brand new skate park. Just had the kids showing me how to fall off. And we'll make the code word skate. And look at this beautiful old train station. 1891. And all the different train stations I show you guys give you an idea of the diversity of architecture in Western Australia. Look at this, just beautiful. It's a cafe and an art gallery now, but we'll go in and have a look. Look at this gorgeous old building, guys. Gingin Hotel, 1903. And considering the first flour mill was in 1855, that's 50 years without a pub. I'm sure there must have been something here before that. But I'm going to go in and have an orange juice. And we'll make the code word beer. Sorry guys, I've got to keep the sunglasses on now. The sun's right there and bright as anything. This was the only safe place for me to stop, but I've been wanting to show you this for a while. This is about 40 k's north of Perth on the Tonkin Highway. On the way up north, this changes to the Great Northern Highway just up here. That little bridge you can see up there now, they've got all these tunnels all along here when they built this highway for wildlife. And these fences you can see all along here and the fences there, they kind of guide all the animals to these tunnels and this bridge. It's really very impressive the way they do it, but I'm going to put the drone up and show you what they've done on this bridge. Anyone that's travelled in Australia by road knows that hitting kangaroos and all sorts of wildlife is a big problem here. So that's really quite brilliant. And there's tunnels all along here, there's little tunnels under the road and they're guided by fences to those tunnels and little bridges. Quite brilliant. What an amazing day. I want to apologise to everyone that there was no way, all the suggestions that I got of what to see here, there was no way I was going to fit it all in today. But I did as much as I could. If you don't know what the code words are for, I'll put a link up here to the movie that explains how you can win a Mavic Mini drone. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the Mad Dog icon up there or the subscribe button down below. Give me a big thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one.